Hello friends, welcome to all of you in Dr. Jaggi's Academy. In my last video, I have taught you coal as a fossil fuel. With the continuation of the previous lecture, I am going to start other fossil fuel such as petroleum and natural gas. Let's start. The first of all, I will discuss petroleum. So petroleum is formed by the combination of two words. Number one is petro and second is oleum. Petro means rock and oleum means oil. So petroleum is also known as rock oil. So why do petroleum call as a rock oil? Petroleum call as a rock oil because it is formed under the earth's crust trapped between the sedimentary rocks. What are the characteristics of petroleum? Petroleum is a dark and thick crude oil with an unpleasant smell. It contains a mixture of hydrocarbons. It is insoluble in water, lighter than water, and it is also known as a crude oil or mineral oil. The formation of petroleum. Actually, petroleum is formed from the slow decomposition remains of tiny living organisms, plants and animals, buried under the sea millions of years ago in the absence of air and the presence of heat, pressure and bacteria. So occurrence of petroleum. Petroleum is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai near the basin of Godavari and Krishna river. Next one is extraction of petroleum. So petroleum is extracted by the drilling holes in oil wells in the earth crust with the help of pump. The diagram showing the extraction of oil. In this case, the petroleum is trapped between the sedimentary rocks under the surface of earth, and these are the valves through which the petroleum is extracted. Next is the refining of petroleum. Refining of petroleum means separation of crude petroleum into its useful fractions and the removal of undesirable impurities such as the methane and ethane. That refining of petroleum take place through fractional distillation, in which the different fraction of petroleum having a different boiling points and they are collected separately. Next diagram showing the fractional distillation of petroleum. So here we have a furnace in which the crude oil is heated, and this is a fractionating tower. The first of all, crude oil is heated in a furnace at temperature 675 Kelvin. The vapors obtained in the furnace, they are introduced into a fractionating tower. Actually, fractionating tower, they are divided into a various components with the shelves and holes. And each hole has a bubble cap which allow the lighter particle to escape and heavy particle they are condensed and flow into a given trace. The fraction with having a low boiling point rises up and condenses at the different levels according to their boiling point, whereas a fraction having a high boiling point, they are condenses at the bottom of fractionating tower. So in this way, through a fractional distillation of petroleum, we get obtained with different fractions of petroleum such as a gas, gasoline, kerosene, diesel oil, fuel oil, lubricating oil, paraffin, bitumen and so on according to their boiling point. The different fraction of petroleums are: number one, petroleum gas, which is also known as a liquefied petroleum gas or cooking gas. Second one is petrol, third is kerosene, fourth is diesel, next one is lubricating oil, paraffin wax and bitumen. The uses of various fraction of petroleum. The various fraction of petroleum, they are used in various ways. Number one, petroleum gas is used as a fuel in domestic cooking and industry. Second, petrol is used as a fuel in light motor vehicles and solvent for dry cleaning purposes. Third fraction, kerosene oil. Kerosene is used as a fuel in wick stove for cooking food. for lighting purposes and jet aeroplanes. The next one is diesel. Diesel is also used as a fuel in heavy vehicles, jet pumps and electric generators. Lubricating oil is used for lubrication in machines and engine. Paraffin wax is used in making candles, Vaseline, ointments, wax paper and grease. And last one is bitumen, is used for a road surfacing, waterproofing roofs and making black paints. So these are the uses of various fraction of the petrols. LPG is better fuel than other fuels such as the petrol, diesel, kerosene. Why? LPG is better fuel because it burns easily. Second one, it has a high calorific value. Third, it burns with the smokeless flame. Next one, it does not leave behind any solid residue on burning. It means it does not produce any air pollution. The next fossil fuel is a natural gas. Natural gas mainly contain methane gas, that around 95%, along with a small amount of other gases such as ethane and propane. It found in a deep earth crust either alone or along with the petroleum. When natural gas is compressed, then natural gas is also known as compressed natural gas or CNG. So what is a natural gas? Natural gas is formed from the slow decomposition of remains of tiny living organisms, plants and elements buried under the sea millions of years ago in the absence of air and in the presence of heat, pressure and bacteria. Just similar like with the petroleum. The uses of CNG, compressed natural gas. Compressed natural gas used as a domestic and industrial fuel. It is also used for generating electricity in a thermal power plant. It is also used as a fuel in transport vehicles and it is also used as a starting material for the preparation of the chemicals. CNG is a better fuel. So why? Because it also burns easily with the smokeless flame, means it does not produce any air pollution. So it is also known as a clean fuel. It does not leave behind any solid residue on burning and it can be used directly for heating purpose in the homes and industry without anything else. It can be supplied to the homes and factory through underground pipes. Summary. The first of all, petroleum. Petroleum is also known as a crude or mineral oil. It is a dark, thick crude oil contain mixture of hydrocarbons. The extraction of petroleum takes place by the drilling holes in oil wells in an earth crust with the help of pumps. Refining of petroleum means separation of crude petroleum into a various useful fraction through fractional distillation. And the various fractions of the petroleum are: number 1, petroleum gas, which is also known as liquefied petroleum gas, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax and bitumen. LPG is a better fuel than others. Next one is natural gas, which is also known as a compressed natural gas or CNG. It mainly contains methane along with a small amount of ethane and propane. The uses of CNG: it is used as a domestic and industrial fuel. It is used for generating electricity in thermal power plant. Used as a fuel in transport vehicle and used as a starting material for the preparation of chemicals.